Great. And for some reason, I can't see them, but
it looks like about 37% of the organizations have invested in more than one TAS over the past 5 years.
Great. So yeah, not too surprising, and that is what we found in our research too. Is that companies, a good number of them, we found over 40% actually, have invested in more than one talent acquisition system. So again, there's a lot of room for growth in the enterprise market. And what we found too from this research is that 87%, and this is companies with over 2,500 employees, are planning to invest in these systems in the next 12 months. So it's that critical of a need, despite everything that we're hearing. It's very critical to have a talent acquisition system in your organization, and organizations cannot afford to wait. You'll see only 13% can afford to wait over a year. So who are the key players? I mentioned the research that we did, and we profiled 17. So how did we select those 17 out of hundreds and hundreds? And there are a lot of leading providers out there. If you're on this call and you're a solution provider and not included in the report, we certainly apologize, but this is the 17 that we found as the leading providers based on what we've been hearing from customers, and the greatest market share by Fortune 500 customers, market visibility, product leadership, financial stability, customer satisfaction, and product innovation. So what makes a leading talent acquisition system? What do these systems do? Well, they're systems for identifying, attracting, and onboarding top talent to efficiently and effectively meet dynamic business needs. And these are end-to-end talent acquisition systems. So they don't just take care of your sourcing. They don't just take care of your screening. They do it all. Or they partner with companies that can do it all. So again, it's really everything from creating and managing your requisition to onboarding, and has dramatic effects on the organization. And we found through companies that we talked to, companies like 7-Eleven, companies like McDonald's, BP, HL's Origin, all able to measure the success in a very short amount of time after implementation. So again, huge benefits not only to the talent acquisition systems, to departments, but also to the entire organization. And I included this slide. This is our high-impact talent management framework. And the reason I included this is because there are so many confusing messages out there as far as terminology goes. We hear talent acquisition, we hear talent management, what's the difference? And talent acquisition falls under the umbrella of talent management. So you'll see it here in the left, in that purple box, where it does everything from sourcing, candidate pools, assessment, employer brand, recruiting, selection, onboarding, talent mobility, which is becoming very critical for organizations right now, and integrates with all these other areas of talent management. So that's to kind of give you an idea. And all of these components, the talent infrastructure, the systems that you're using, the competencies, the planning and the talent strategy that goes into it, all run throughout all of these different areas of talent management. So this is a lot to digest, but I just wanted to show you that the talent acquisition does fall under that umbrella of talent management. So talent acquisition, where are we now? So we talked a little bit about where organizations were, and today's talent acquisition systems have really, again, evolved from those legacy ATS systems that we're probably all familiar with or have used at some point in the past, that were installed on your own computers. You couldn't access them over the internet, and basically just tracked an applicant or scanned a resume. And really in the late 1990s, we saw this explosion of these web-based talent acquisition systems that could do everything on both the back end and the front end. So really providing both the positive candidate experience with huge benefits here to employer branding, so your candidate career portal, your job search, all of those things your candidates would see, your new hire portals, and then everything on the back end to help your recruiters out, to help out your hiring managers. your recruiter interface, your requisition management, job posting, offer letter generation. And we're starting to see so much more from these providers as they're now offering much more advanced features as well, like Web 2.0 integration, global configuration, high volume communication. So most of the systems that you'll probably see out there have the basic core features, but where you need those advanced features that might be so specific to your individual hiring needs, not every solution provider out there has those. So you really need to make sure, not only when you're looking at these solutions, when you're demoing them, but also when you're talking to other customers, that they have exactly what you're looking for. So that's where they're at now. Where are these solutions going? And really, what can we expect from these next generation talent acquisition systems, which is a very interesting time now, and buyers certainly have an advantage and have for the past year because they have voiced their concerns. Companies have expressed what they're looking for, and solution providers, the leading solution providers, especially those that we profiled, have responded, and they are meeting their customers' needs and really improving their solutions, improving their customer service, and offering innovation. Innovation is one of the key themes that we really saw this year, both through advanced functionality like Web 2.0 capabilities. You're going to hear about cloud computing architecture from MrTed, certainly up there in the innovation category, and through partnerships as well, partnerships with search engine optimization companies, partnerships with job matching companies, video capabilities. So that's really what makes up these next generation talent acquisition systems. And that's the one thing, if you could leave with, it's that innovation is there and it's available, and if you need it, you can find a provider that's very innovative, because there are those providers out there that are really stepping up to the plate this year. Replacing the resume is a popular theme. We hear about this often. I think a lot of people feel that the resume is broken. Both job seekers and companies and recruiters share those feelings. We've certainly been hearing a lot about that with resume overload these days. But while I don't see the resume disappearing anytime soon, what I do see happening is that organizations now have options through their talent acquisition systems to think about other ways that might be able to look at candidates. One way is through job matching technology. Another way is through video capabilities. I will caution against video resumes. I think they can be dangerous, especially when someone is taking a flip video and maybe creating their own resume that doesn't look super professional and sending it off in a file that might be too big for the recruiters to be able to handle. So there's a lot of challenges both with receiving these large files and also the level of professionalism, as well as, do recruiters really have time to sit through for 3 or 4 minutes or even 5 minutes and look at a resume rather than just flip through them? So, it's challenging. Social networking has exploded this year. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there on all of these sites, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. The companies are really starting to think about how to, identify candidates and find out what their skills are, what their behaviors are through social networking tools. Some people even have talked about blogs replacing resumes. So it's interesting to see what will happen there. Again, I don't see the resume disappearing, but I see companies starting to look at these other tools as an option, especially for younger generations. Globalization. As companies are looking to expand their global footprint, so are these solution providers. But I really will caution again that not all of these providers, not even all the 17 that I showed you earlier that we included in the report, are truly global providers. There's really only a handful. So you really, again, need to make sure that your provider understands what it takes to do a true global implementation, understands local compliance, understands local regulations and implementing these systems, and is able to configure in every language that you need the solution configured in. Market churn is a reality. Many customers, again, are not happy with their solution providers. And again, as I said when I started, this is the time for the buyers. They have a clear advantage. So if they're not